Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anisera. In my last video, I taught how to cut a beautiful dress with an asymmetric hemline. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to sew it, how to achieve the gathers area, how to make sure that you have this curvy design there, making sure that you don't cut it the wrong way. So in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you a step-by-step process on how to sew it. Now, if you've not watched the part 1, that is the cutting video, please go ahead and watch it. Now, this is the final result of my own. You can see the gathers area, you can see the neckline, the sleeve, the asymmetric hemline there, you can see the curve. Everything is looking nice. So I have already cut it out in my last video. Like I said earlier, I've cut out my lining as well. In my last video, I showed how to get the curve for the upper part. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to sew it and how to achieve the curve on the gathers area. But now, first of all, we are going to turn the neckline and the sides with this lining. Okay, take it to your sewing machine, turn the neckline, the zipper area, and the side. So now, after turning out mine, after sewing it, rather, I've sewn the neckline, I've sewn the sides, and this is what it looks like. You can see how neat it looks. After stitching the neckline and the sides, I will turn it out to the right side. After turning it out, this is what it looks like. I'll take it to my ironing table and iron it properly. Now, this is the back. I have stitched the neckline, the zipper area, the side, and it is looking neat. As you can see, I did not sew the armhole area. Now, after turning it out, I took it to my machine and I just ran a stitch around the curve at the hem there, just to hold it down to the lining. I hope you understand. So now, after ironing the front piece, this is what it looks like. Now I'll take it to my sewing machine and I will run a stitch around that curve area. But first of all, I have to use my pins to hold it down because I don't want it to start moving here and there when I'm sewing it. Now, after ironing the front piece, I folded it into two. Now we have to start taking our dart. Please, if you have not watched the first video, that's the cutting video, please go ahead and watch it. So now my waistline is 16 inches. I'm going to add ½ inch. I'm going to place my tape rule from the upper part all the way down to 16.5 inches. Okay, so now I will go down by my bust point. My bust point is 9 inches. Okay, so I marked 9 inches, but I think I later changed it, but I'm going to show you that in the video. Now, from the center point of my fabric folded into two, I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 and I will mark it out there from that bust point line all the way down. Okay, now after marking my nipple to nipple line all the way down, this is what it looks like. Now on the waistline, I will go out from both sides by ½ inch, that's 0.5, and I'm going to connect it all the way up to the bust point. All right, now from the waistline again, I will make a slant line all the way down to the end of this top, to the hem. Okay, now after marking out my dart line on both sides, this is what it looks like. So I just folded the other side and I marked it out as well. Now to sew it, I am going to pin it like this, to hold it like this, and I'll fold it into two again. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I will sew following that line that we have already marked for both sides. So guys, do you remember I told you I made a little change on my dart? So now I placed my tape rule from the shoulder point. So instead of marking directly on my nipple to nipple line, I went down by 10 inches. My nipple to nipple point is 9.5, so I just went down by 10 inches. I hope you understand. So I'm going to be starting from that 10 inches there. Now this top or this upper part is going to be having a side dart. So from that 10 inches, I will rule it out. I mentioned that in the cutting video and I explained how to get your side dart. So now I'm going to teach you how to sew it. After marking out that line, from that point you go down by 1.5 inches. That was what I added for the cutting of this top. Now 1.5 divided by 2 is 0.75, and that is what I just marked. So now From the other dart line there, I will go out by 1 inch, and then I'm going to connect that 1.5 to that 1 inch that I marked, and then I'm going to connect the center of that 1.5 to that same 1 inch. We are marking it 1 inch away because it does not need to stay very close to the dart. Okay, now I'm going to place it like this, take it to my sewing machine, and I will sew it following the line that we have already drawn. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of my top, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew the darts. Now to fix the dart for your back piece, from the shoulder go all the way down to your waistline. Now for my back waistline, it is 1.5 inches shorter than the back. That's why we have a 1.5 inches dart at the side of the front top. I mentioned that in my last video. Now my dart is going to be 7 inches. I hope you understand. Now from the zipper area, I will go out by 1.2. Okay, 1.2 is for my zipper allowance. It was 1.5 when I was cutting, so now that I have sewn it with a lining, it has to be 1.2. Now from the zipper line, I will go out by my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, and I just marked it out, and I connected that line all the way down to the hem of this top. Now after marking out that line, you can see what I have there. On the waistline, I will go out by 0.5 inch on both sides. That's going to be the width of my dart, and now I'm going to take it all the way up to the starting of my dart. That's 7 inches, and now I'm taking it all the way down to the hem of my top. I hope you understand. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment for me. Now I have marked out the dart on both sides. Now as you can see, I have already stitched my dart for the back piece, and you can see how neat it looks. So please make sure you iron yours so it looks neat like this. So guys, as you can see, I have already stitched the dart for the front piece, and this is what it looks like. Can you see how neat it looks? Make sure you watch the first video before coming to watch the second one, so you understand how we cut this, and then you come back to watch, please. Okay, and don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also buy me a super thanks to support this channel. So now we're going to be joining the shoulder. I'm very sorry that area is not showing properly, but we have to place it right side facing each other, and then I'm going to take the lining for the other one, or for one, and I'll use it to cover the remaining one. I hope you understand. Place it right side facing each other, then you pick a lining for one, and then use it to cover the other one, and then you take it to your sewing machine and you stitch it up by ½ inch. But first of all, use your pin to hold it down. After using my pin to hold it down carefully, I'll take it to my sewing machine and stitch it by 0.5, and I'll do the same thing for the other shoulder. Now once done, this is what it looks like. Can you see how neat the shoulder looks? If you understood to this point and you've not hit the like button, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please hit the like button for me. Now I am going to fold the back piece into 2 because we have to stitch the zipper area. Now I'm going to stitch it closed temporarily with 1.2 inches. Use a temporary stitch for that. After stitching it, this is what it looks like. Now I am going to flip the front piece on top the back piece. I'll arrange it properly, and I'll use my pin to hold it down on both sides. So guys, after using my pin to hold it down, just to keep it in place, I'm going to take my tape. I'll place it on the armhole area, which is my bust line. I'll take my bust measurement divided by 2. The excess allowance I have there, I'll divide it into 2. I'll mark it out on both sides. I'll go down to my under bust line, mark my waistline as well, and then on my under bust line, I will take my under bust measurement, the round under bust measurement divided by 2. I'll mark it out. I'll measure the excess allowance. They actually had a lot of allowance, about 2.5 inches allowance, and then I'll mark it out. I went down to the waistline, take my waist measurement divided by 2. I mark it out, and then I'm going to take half of what is remaining, and I'll place it there on both sides. I hope you understand. So guys, after taking out the body measurement on both sides, I will use my chalk to connect the dots together. If there's anything you don't understand, just leave in the comment section and I'll be there to reply you. Now, after stitching it up on both sides, this is what it looks like. You take it to your ironing table, iron it properly so it looks neat and nice. So guys, now it's time to attach the gathers area to this dress. I cut out the gathers area in my last video and it is folded into 4. Now the width of this gathers area is the whole 3 yard that I bought, but I made mention that if you are in a plus size, buy 4 yards. Okay, now we can't leave the gathers area straight, so from the side you have to measure all the way down to that sharp point where the sharp point stop for the upper part. Okay, and now mine is 4 inches, so I have folded my gathers fabric into 4. As you can see, I folded the 3 yards into 2 first, and then I further folded it into 2 again. That makes it folded into 4. Now if you check that other side, there is no opening there. Now let's check. As you can see, there is no opening. Now I'm going to fold it into 2 again to notch the center point here. All right, just pay attention to what I'm doing and you understand. After folding it into 4, I just folded it into 2 again to notch that point. Now that point there is going to be for the sharp area of the upper part. This open side here will be for the center point. Okay, now at this side here we have the open part and the closed side. That is for the center back and center front. Now this one is for the side. That middle that I just notched is for the sharp point. Don't worry, you will understand. So now I am going to measure from that center part of my upper piece for the front all the way down to that sharp point there, and after measuring it I got around 4 inches. So you have to measure yours properly to know what you have. So now since I have 4 inches there, I will go down at this middle area here. I'll go down by 4 inches. Remember that this middle area is for this sharp point. So now if you leave that 4 inches there, when you attach it, one side at the lower part will be long and we don't want that. Okay, so now this area where I said will be the center front and the center back has to come up, so we're not going to be removing any 4 inches there. I'm going to create a curve. Since the hemline for the upper part is in a curve shape, I will still create a curve again to meet that 3.5 inches. Sorry, I marked 3.5 inches at that middle, not 4. So I'm going to connect it to meet that 3.5 inches there, and then from this point again I will connect. So as you can see, I'm connecting from that 3.5 in a curve shape to the other side. I hope you understand. Now I just wanted you to see what I'm talking about. This area is for the center and we are going to gather it around the upper part. So after creating the curve, I hope you can see what it looks like. This is the shape we are going to cut out with our scissors. Now I'm going to cut it out carefully. Please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button and leave a comment for me. So along the line I decided to fold the fabric into 2. Instead of following the shape that I've already marked, I decided to just fold it into 2 so that it's going to bring out the same shape. I hope you understand, so that one will not be more curvy than the other one. So after cutting it out, this is what it looks like. You can see how neat it looks. Now I will notch this area. That area is for the side of my upper piece. This area I'm notching out. Now here is that 3.5 inches that we marked. It's for the sharp points, and then this other side here that I'm notching is for the center piece. Now since it is folded, I have the center piece and the back piece. The opened one is for the back, that's the zipper area, and then the closed side is for the front. Yes, this one is for the front. And remember I notched it, right? Now I have to merge it with the center point for the upper part, that's for the top area. Now, as you can see, I am trying to make sure that the center point for the gather area meets up with the center point for the top area at the curve side. So to get the center point of that top, I had to fold it into two, and then I notched the center point. After notching it out, I decided to just open up the zipper allowance since it's a temporary stitch. Now just go ahead and loosen your stitch. After that, I am going to use my pin to hold down the center point of the gather area that I notched with the center point of the upper piece. Now I will take the other side that I notched again. I am going to merge it to the next point, which is that sharp point at the upper piece. I hope you understand. Make sure you follow the notch that you've made. That's why it's good to notch. Now I'll look for the next notch that I have. As you can see, that is my next notch. Now this next notch will be at the side seam, the side of my upper piece, the side seam. Now I am going to look for the next point. Now the next point will be the next notch, but first of all, I just notched the zipper area, that's the ending of the gather's part. But the next notch is supposed to be the other sharp point for the back. I think I forgot while making the video, but when I was stitching it, I remembered and I did that. So now I'm going to look for the first notch for the other side. I will pin it down. I'll look for the next notch. I'll pin it down, and then the zipper area, I will pin it down. Now, after using my pins to hold down all the points from one end to the other point, I will just take it to my machine and I'm going to gather. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I will form the gathers. Now let me show you how to do it. See, I get now to this is end. Me, my sewing machine. As you can see, I started from the zipper area now, and I'm just making the gathers bit by bit. I'll gather from the zipper area to the next point. From that point to the following point, till I get to the other zipper. I have to speed it up because I don't want the video to be too long. So just make sure you gather it properly after using your pins to hold it down. It's actually very easy and you get it right. So guys, when I was done stitching, this is what it looked like. I have already stitched the gathers. I've added the sleeve. I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a puff sleeve on my channel. Yes, go and watch it please. I also added my lining to it. It's also easy. The same way you added your gathers, the same way you cut your gathers, is the same way you cut your lining. But now your lining will be shorter than your gathers area, okay, by about 2 or 3 inches. Now I'm going to turn it to the wrong side. I will mark out my waistline. From the waistline, I will go down to about 8 inches. Now that is where my zipper will be stopping. So from that point, I will just mark or rule out 1 inch line all the way down, and I am going to stitch it. Okay, I'm going to stitch that area close. And from this point, I will go ahead and fix my zipper. This is the reason why I splitted the video, because it would have been too long if it was together. Thank you so much for watching. I really love this dress and a lot of people loved it. I got a lot of compliments from this dress, and I know when you make yours, it's going to come out beautiful. So anyways, thank you for watching. Bye. Mwah.